data is quite often not broken down by age groups or by gender within those age groups. Different organizations define youth differently. For example, the UN defines youth as 15 to 24. For us in the Commonwealth, young people are everyone from the ages of 15 to 29, and then there are some other international or regional frameworks that define young people a bit differently. Youth development is not something that can be captured by just one indicator, because it is multidimensional. It is a transitional phase in life, and lots of things happen at an early stage, when you're entering the youth demographic, and there are different issues when you're actually leaving the youth demographic. It'll give you a very comprehensive snapshot of youth development in more than 180 countries around the world. The way we are developing the YDI is meant to be complementary to the Human Development Index. And the Human Development Index has three key domains: education, health, and employment. And we have those as well in the Youth Development Index. But the one key factor which is there in the YDI, which you won't find in the HDI, is participation. We believe that young people are assets to their societies. They need to be empowered. And one way to measure how empowered they are is to see their level of participation. So we are looking at a few key indicators for assessing the level of participation of young people in the political and civic lives of their countries. One of the things that we do as an organization is to help our member governments develop new national policies related to young people, whether it is on youth policies or youth employment or whatever. The first place we start when we are actually starting a project like that is to see what the data is telling us on the YDI for that country, but also in a relative sense, how the country is shaping up with its peer group in its neighborhood, but equally benchmarking it against countries that are doing well on various indicators. It is a public good. Anybody is welcome and free to use it. So it's being used by governments, it's being used by international organizations, multilaterals, it's being used by NGOs, but also by young people themselves. Because one of the things we are keen to encourage is more youth-led accountability and monitoring of policies, action plans, particularly in the run-up to 2030. The world has signed up to the SDGs and 2030 is the target date. So between now and then, how are governments doing, how are countries doing, particularly on all issues that affect young people? The YDI can be a good tool to help you monitor and track all those things.